I do not believe that my son committed suicide. I believe that there was foul play. My son would never, ever do that because he would not leave his son. He loved him too much. He loved me too much. I'm here today to find out if Cortney's youngest son belongs to my son Drew, and to find out if Cortney had anything to do or if she knows anything about my son's death. I got the phone call from Cortney telling me that Drew was dead. And I said to her, if my son is dead, you're the reason. I left and went to the woods to meet the detectives, but Cortney was nowhere around. I was hurt, angry. If you loved him, why wasn't you there? The father of your child. You've been with this man for 13 years. I think that my son was murdered. 2 weeks before my son died, he talked to me, and he told me that he would never do something like that. He said, I see how hurt you are of losing Sissy. I would never hurt you like that. I love you too much. And he was on his knees in front of me with his hand in my lap. And he was crying. And he was telling me how much he loved Cortney. He was just like, Mama, she just hurt me so bad. He said, Mama, you know I love that girl, but Cortney has cheated on me. And he said, this baby is not mine. And he said, I can't be with her. She's hurt me over and over and over. I don't see Drew and that little boy. I stopped myself from having a bond with Cortney's 3-year-old son because I don't believe he's my son's. I was told that the night that Drew disappeared, him and her had got into a altercation and she had slapped him. And he turned around and told her, you will pay for this, for the way you have done me. My son was working for the informants, he told me, because he wanted to get everyone that hurt his sister. And I told him, Drew, you will get killed. Somebody will kill your son. And I asked him if Cortney knew. He said she would never tell. She will never tell, Mama. But she did. So I believe this is how my son died. My son did not hang himself. I think that my son was killed because he was an informant for the feds. And I believe that Cortney told the wrong people, and they're the ones that killed him. I blame Cortney for Drew's death. If Cortney fails that lie detector test, I want justice. You know my son did not take his life.
Cortney, how do you feel about what Paula said on the tape there?
I'm hurt. I'm more than hurt. I love that man with everything in me. I never knew that he was working for anybody. I was never told that. She told me that after he had passed away.
You didn't know that he was an informant?
No, he never told me.
How was Drew as a father to your oldest son?
He was a wonderful father. He loved his son.
It's good.
Yeah, he loved his son.
When did you first hear that Paula started doubting whether your 3-year-old son was?
So she came to the hospital when he was first born. She looked at him, she started crying. She said, oh, he looks just like his dad. Oh my God. Bought him things, claimed him as her grandson. And then all of a sudden, when me and her nephew, Drew's cousin, got together, 2 years after Drew died, we got together. That's when she started saying, oh, it's not her grandson.
So this is her nephew?
Right.
Tell me about the day you found that Drew died.
I got a phone call from one of his friends where he was found at. He had threatened, this you know, I had Baker acted him a week before he passed away.
That what?
I Baker acted him, meaning that I went and got a court order to put him somewhere because he was a harm to himself.
Because he was threatening to kill himself.
Right.
Okay.
How dare you sit there and paint this picture of your life being so perfect?
How can you? Hold on.
You hear?
Hold on, Cookie.
Paula, how do you feel about Cortney being with your nephew, Clayton?
Right now, he can't see.
Oh,
But
really?
he will do him exactly the way she done Drew.
Paula, what if it turns out that the little boy, the 3-year-old, what if that turns out to be your grandson?
If that is my grandson, I will
What's she
love
gonna
him
do? Oh,
just
really?
like I love the rest of them.
My relationship with Drew, it was always good. Me and Drew never had no fights, no issues. We were very close growing up from about the age of 13. We had a lot of fun together, got into a lot of trouble together. The day that I found out that Drew died, it really hurt me. I found out from friends on Facebook. I was devastated because I didn't get to have any last times with him. It had been 7 years at that time since I had seen him. I myself was like, no way. Drew would never do that. Drew would never kill himself. He had too much to live for. Cortney thinks that maybe someone, maybe he owed someone money, maybe he stole from someone because of his addiction, and maybe they chased him down, injected him, or did something to him, and then set him out there where he was. I know for a fact in my mind that he didn't commit suicide. Over the course of time, of me talking to her through Facebook Messenger, and then whenever me and Cortney met up, we talked more and got to know each other more on a personal level, and I knew right then that I wanted her to be a part of my life. I wanted Cortney to be a part of my life and her kids. I tried to wait a little over 2 years, maybe 2 years and 1 month, and I went to my Aunt Paula, which is Drew's mother, and I talked to her and told her how I felt about Cortney, and I pretty much got Paula's blessing. Boy, from day one has been the best thing in my life. It has made me open up my eyes even more into what life should be, and I would go to the end of the world for him. I love him to death. I'm gonna take care of him forever. Whether me and Cortney work out or not, for Drew, for my cousin, I will always be there for them.
So, Cortney, you came here. You came here today and you took a lie detector test whether or not you were involved in Drew's death. And we asked you, are you now withholding information about circumstances surrounding the death of Drew? You answered no. Did you have any direct involvement in Drew's death?
Did not.
You answered no. Did you participate in any way with Drew's death? You answered no. Did you get anyone you know involved in Drew's death? You answered no. The results came back the same to each one of those questions, and it came back that Cortney told the truth.
What now? What?
We're gonna find out if Paula is the little boy's grandmother. Okay?
Let's go.
Concerning the DNA result, Paula, you are the grandmother to Cortney's 3-year-old son.
What now? What?
I'm sure your grandsons would like to have memories with their grandmother too.
Son has nobody.
You're going to have that pain about your son for the rest of your life. Nothing's going to take that away, obviously. But you could have moments of joy and happiness with your son's children, okay? And I hope that you get that. I hope you get to spend lots of time with your grandson. And I hope that, the truths that you found out today help you with going forward and finding some peace in your life. Thanks for coming on. Good luck to you.